Hello, everyone. This is Joshua Bishop, and from the bottom of my heart, I'd just like to say to everyone who watched the Iconic Rematch, to everyone who shared that match on social media, to everyone who supported that match by some way, shape, or form, and I don't care how you did it, through the menial tasks like camera work, ring setup, ringside security, concessions, selling tickets, promoting the event on such short notice, getting the word out that this event was going to happen, catering. There's a whole lot that went behind to making this event happen. And if it weren't for those guys doing their job on such short notice, it would have never happened. So thank you to everyone who worked their asses off in the Mitchell Center to make this happen. I wish we could have got the Civic Center. I wish we could have got a bigger crowd, but to have it happen in front of a small but packed venue at the University of South Alabama in the Mitchell Center, that meant the whole world to me, especially when those guys gave me all the energy they had. So thank you once again. Thank you very much, guys, for doing everything you could to make that match happen. You guys really and truthfully made it a special night. I've heard from guys I haven't heard from in a long time. D-Wall from DCA mainly. And then there are other guys, I never heard from, like Eddie Mack with CCL, or the former Miss Kuchimia from Elevation, and then hearing from guys that I've heard from, like Raki Joe or Tsukasa Kondo, or hell, even throw out some names that you haven't heard in a while, like maybe Biff Andreas, especially. Connor Whitty, not enough could be said. And really and truthfully, if I didn't thank a few specific people, like Raki Joe for his incredible ring announcing that really gave the event a lot of legitimacy and made the event feel a lot bigger, even though it was one match. Thank you very much, especially for your relentless positivity. Even though you knew I was going through hard times trying to get everything together, it was a troubling 9 months, but we got it done. Tsukasa Kondo especially, if you didn't reintroduce me to this sport, to the industry, with that incredible match between Akane Umihara, or Vega Akumi then, and Maria Villanueva, and then gave me the honor to call a Maria Villanueva match with the Soul Sisters and Synchronize at the most recent National E-Wrestling Day. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't be back to doing this 100%. And then thank you to Connor Whitty for getting me back involved with the production side of things, letting me look under the hood again, and, even for saying, hey, maybe you can come back and do some commentary, work out the rust and get back to doing something you love on the side with WEDF NXT, since this was your baby. And, I really appreciate guys like that who've really, it really means the world to me to have guys like that support me that way. And I'm trying not to get too sappy. I know I've kind of gone off topic. I'm kind of ranting here, but thank you. Thank you guys so much. It really means a whole lot to me that this event went off as successfully as it did. Okay. So, excuse me as I, try not to get too sappy and try not to break out in tears. Let me go ahead and just get down to business. Okay. So the main question that everyone has asked me over the past few days: is Iconic Pro Wrestling making a full-time return? It's something I've heard in social media. It's something I've heard in my direct messages, something I've heard in real life in a few passing events. the long and short answer of that is yes, but not exactly. And the where I say yes, but not exactly, I'd say yes, I'm back to doing certain, I don't want to say like full shows or full tours or anything, but I am going to say that I'm kind of dabbling in things again. I'm kind of getting my feet wet. There's kind of a lot of venues I'd like to explore, a lot of matches I'd love to have. Really and truthfully, doing the Iconic Rematch made me realize the value in being able to put all my resources into one single thing rather than trying to spread them out over a single show. Now, that's not to say that I don't have the resources or the time to be able to do that again, but it is to say I got more enjoyment out of having one great, solid, tight match that I could go any way I wanted. I could organize it any way I wanted. I could tell any story I wanted. I could, I just had a lot of options and a lot of freedom, especially when it came to my personal schedule. I'm taking on commentary projects again. I've got in WEDF NXT episode 10 with Connor Whitty. I'll be back in the booth for that one. And then I've got, a few sides wrestling projects that I've got going on. Omega Pro Wrestling is bringing me on for their 300th episode, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time, I feel like. I'm very excited for that and what happens in the future. And then I've got a few other jobs that I can't really say out loud, or, I can't make mention of right now as far as everything goes, but things are looking up again in the Joshua Bishop spectrum, and I've got to say it's a great ride to be here. I don't want to say I'm exactly slowing down, but I do like to say that I've enjoyed the solitude that I've gotten, and the peace I've had and the freedom I've had, especially. If there was one benefit I had from taking some time away from all of this, it's the fact that I was really able to get my life back together when I was going through hard times a few years ago. And, I was able to get back in good shape. I was able to get back in good spirits. I was able to enjoy my life, see some family every once in a while, get, some things going on the side. And most importantly, I was able to settle down with a beautiful woman by the name of Lucia, as in the same Lucia from the last Elevator Standing match, one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. If it wasn't for her being my rock and getting to know her over the past few years, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And that's especially how I feel. So thank you very much, Lucia. I love you every single day. Okay, so with that being said, I'm still kind of rambling here. There is one little concession I'd like to make to everyone here. And even though IPW is not back full time, I'd like you all to turn to a certain special event that happened in the past few days. So as you all know, the Fallout footage you just saw in this same video, it was recorded on the 26th. Today is January the 5th. Okay? There was a certain special event I saw a few days ago, and a certain match where there was a winner-take-all match involving the IPW Global Heavyweight Champion Marcus King and VWU Heart Gold Champion TJ Kennedy. And in that certain match, TJ Kennedy did the unthinkable. I recommend you guys go watch that match. TJ Kennedy did something that I never expected him to do, and that's beat Marcus King in the middle of the ring. Not only that, but to get Marcus King to tap out. I mean, that to me, after seeing what Steven Santos did, that's incredible that anybody did that. And I'm intrigued by it. So much so that I've already opened negotiations with both Marcus King and TJ Kennedy, and we're going to bring that match to the Iconic Pro stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout, because in the coming weeks, we will have the very first defense of the IPW Global Heavyweight Championship from new champion Marcus King, as he puts his belt on the line against the man who now reigns as the VWU Heart Gold Champion and Battle Pro Infinite Champion, Stardog TJ Kennedy. TJ Kennedy looks to become a triple champion, and Marcus King looks to prove himself as the best wrestler in the world, that his win against Steven Santos was not a fluke, and that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, the real deal. It's a match I'm personally looking forward to, and a match that I hope you will all join me for. I don't know when, I don't know where. I want to say late January, early February, but it will happen sometime this year, and I hope you guys are all here for it. Thank you to everyone who supported IPW. Thank you to everyone who has asked about IPW. Thank you to everyone who has shown their support and their love over the past few days. And I'm just going to say, it's fun to be back.